Good morning. I am so thankful that I feel so good this morning. I've been wanting to come on every day. Seemed like I was just biting at the bit to get on here. But I first of all want to thank all of y'all for your prayers and your love, your cards, and I may be a little bit out of whack this morning. I forgot to even say who I am. I'm married with Pinky Moss Cakes, Cookies, and Candy, and also known as Pinky Moss Sisters in the Kitchen. And Linda's not with me today, and that's one reason that I am doing a very simple recipe, because I've got to work my way back in because to being up. I have rested a lot, and more than what I like. I have just rested so much, and I had a bad day yesterday. I never know because I'm getting used to this medication. They gave me some cholesterol medicine, which I knew I had tried to take that before and it made me sick. And then they gave me a pill that I took last week that was too strong. I mean, I really had a bad day that day, really bad. And that was the last day I was supposed to go with Linda's, and I could not. I couldn't. I was just really so dizzy. And that pill, it was a 50 milligram, and that pill, for 3 or 4 days, I still couldn't walk without holding on to something. I was so dizzy. So when I went to the doctor, I told her, I said, I can't take that. And she said, I can give you a lower dose because you do need that. And the way the heart doctor explained to me, and my regular doctor, what's going on, my blood pressure, I mean, it stays up all the time. And I had a bad habit of not checking my blood pressure. I knew I felt bad, but I just didn't check it enough. And then when I started checking it, it stayed in 180s to 190s, even with the 215 on the top and 90 something on the bottom. And it's just kind of got me all out of whack. So the heart doctor explained to me that when I take this other pill that they're giving me, which is called hydroxyzine, that it lowers my blood pressure. But what it done, it lowered it too fast. And it just, I mean, it dropped in 45 minutes, my blood pressure dropped to what it's supposed to be. But my brain couldn't handle that because I'm not used to it. So the heart doctor explained to me that that medication, it goes to your brain and it says, this is not right. That your brain has got to get regulated to accept that this is not your normal blood pressure. It says your brain is used to it being high, and that's why you're able to keep going, but it's damaging my heart. So the blood pressure, whenever I take that medicine, it drops it down, but my brain doesn't like it. So it makes me dizzy, it makes all this, I don't know if this makes sense to y'all or not, but I'm just telling you what the doctor told me, and I'm going to try my best to do what he says. I'm going to do my very best to take it. So so the doctor gave me, she gave me 10 milligrams. And instead of taking it 3 times a day, I'm going to take it 2 times a day until my brain and my body accepts it. Because I've never taken medicine all my life a lot, and so my body can't handle it. So I'm going to try to get it adjusted. And so I started that new 10 milligrams on Saturday, and didn't feel too bad. But Sunday morning, I had to miss church, and I hated that so bad. I got up, I got dressed. On Saturday, I made a cake, and I made a big tray of fruit that I was going to take to the church because we was having lunch at church. And so I got up Sunday morning, I got dressed, I was fixing to walk out the door, and it just, I wasn't able. My daughter looked at me, and she said, Mama, you don't feel good. She said, why are you going? I said, Linda, I want to go because I just want to go to church. And so I just felt so bad. I just went back to bed and watched it on video. And I stayed in bed all day yesterday. And then last night I took my medication again, and I slept more than I have slept in a long time. So I feel wonderful this morning. So I think my body's getting used to it. So I praise the Lord for that. I just thank the Lord so much to get to feeling better. So thank y'all for your prayers. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your cards. And this morning I'm cooking cheddar biscuits. And that is, I had that on the members page. I had that to do last week and I wasn't able to do it. I had something else on the members page to do this morning, but it was a little bit more in detail. And so I'm going to make the biscuits this morning because it's very, very simple. And because I didn't know how long I was going to be able to stand up. After I went to the ER that day, whatever they gave me or whatever happened to me, everything in my body changed. I don't understand it. I don't know, but I just feel different. So I've got to get my blood pressure under control. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, now on the cheddar biscuits, I'm going to make the top first. What I'm gonna put on top of the biscuits after I mix the biscuits up. I preheated my oven to 450 degrees. Now I'm going to put a half a teaspoon of salt in 4 tablespoons of butter. 4 tablespoons of melted butter. And then half a teaspoon of salt. And I need to put this over here. Well, I'm going to need the salt again in a minute. There's another thing, since I'm going through this, I can't move fast. And y'all all know how I rush. I always walk fast, but it's teaching me that I have to move slow. Because if I turn around too fast or get too fast, I kind of go wacky, my balance. I'm not very stable. I'm putting a half a tablespoon. No, that's wrong. I'm putting a half a teaspoon of garlic powder in my butter, and I'm putting a tablespoon of parsley flakes. So you can use fresh or you can use the dried. I'm just going to use dried. A half a tablespoon. And I'm going to, this is what I put on top of the biscuits, but I'm just doing it first because once I got the biscuits made, I like to have this ready. Oh, I just happened to think of something. I forgot to get out, but that's okay. I'm going to set this aside. And I will get my cheese. I shredded my cheese last night, my cheddar cheese, and that was one thing I forgot to get out of the refrigerator. Okay, let me wipe this up. I got a little bit of butter on here. All right. You know, the hardest thing for me to do, and y'all may be, if you're up in age yourself, you may be the same way, but it's the hardest thing in the world for me to change my routine. Everything about my life, my routine, is got to be changed, and it's hard for me to remember. I mean, I got 2 extra pills to take, and I have to take them at certain times. I'm not used to that, and I'm not used to being slow. I like to get something done, but anyway, I've got to change. Now I'm going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour. I told y'all this is a very simple recipe. I've made these before, and my grandson loves them. And they are good. They're better hot than they are cold to me. All right, that's 1 cup. I got 2 measuring cups in this flour. It's all-purpose flour. All right. Move that, set that aside. I hope that all of y'all are having a good day. I haven't been outside this morning. That's another thing. I just want to get outside so bad. I'll walk out on the porch and look around and see what all needs to be done. And my kids tell me, Mama, take it slow. You cannot just start doing what you've been doing. So anyway, I'm going to try my best to pay attention to them. I'm putting 2 tablespoons of baking powders. Well, wait a minute. Let me make sure. Let me look to make sure that's 1 or 2. It was 1. I thought it was right, but sometimes my mind plays tricks on me. This is imperial sugar. I do, if you don't want sugar in it, you don't have to, but I do on these. And it's imperial sugar, which we are sponsored by. And it's a tablespoon of sugar. So I just poured me some in this bowl. So, and it has a half a teaspoon of salt. Tomorrow we'll be at Linda's house. I'm just going to stir this up. Just get that baking powders and salt in here. And then I put a stick, which is a half a cup of melted butter. Get that in here. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that I can drive to Linda's house tomorrow. If I can't, Paula said she would come by and get me. And this is 1 cup of buttermilk. I don't know where my spatula is. Anyway. Okay, and I stir this up. Very, very simple recipe. Very simple. I stir this up and then I add 2 cups of cheddar cheese, which I shredded last night. It's just real simple biscuit. Okay. 2 cups. Put it in here. This is a 2 cup measuring cup. Makes a real good biscuit. You know, some of you might have eaten at Red Lobster, their biscuits. I looked this up on the website, and it's the same recipe. I didn't get it from Red Lobster, but it has the same recipe on. It's a few changes, but it's. I said I didn't know that it was their recipe when I did it. Okay, so now with 2 cups of cheddar cheese. You put this back in the refrigerator. I don't want it to get melted. Just stir it in there. Mix it up. I like cheddar cheese in almost anything. This is the Cinco de Mayo week or something like that. I may not be saying it correctly, but You know, I like Mexican food. I'm gonna be cooking a Mexican dish for supper. I've already started my chicken, matter of fact. Okay. It's just very, very simple. Very simple. I'll wash my hands. I've got the oven heating at 450. I got my cookie sheet here, baking sheet, cooking sheet, whatever you want to call it. I put parchment paper down, and I'm going to use a scoop. You can use a fourth cup. You can do it by, you can just take a spoon and put it on your tray, you know, put mounds of dough with just your spoon if you want to. But I'm going to use my cookie scoop. And I may have to do another pan. I was thinking I could get them all on this pan, but I might not. This, I didn't realize it till I just now looked at it that this is not my large Pampered Chef baking sheet. I thought I got my large one out, but this is not. Well, actually, it is a large. It's just not the half sheet. But don't put them real close together. I like a crunch on my whole biscuit. So if you put them close together, they're not going to have that crunch all the way around. So that's why I put mine separate. It's not that they don't spread out, because they really don't. And you can use whatever size scoop you want. It just means that you got to bake it a little bit longer if you use a big one. It only takes 10 to 12 minutes for these to cook. So, okay. This is 12, and I've got room for which I'll have to do in another pan for about 4 more. But I'm going to go ahead and put these in the oven. So you bake them first, then you put that butter topping on them. Okay, let me set my timer. I'll set this aside, and I'll make another pan later. There's not that many left in there anyway. So, let me get this wiped up and see if y'all have any questions. My grandson Donna, he loves these biscuits. So the morning that I made them, I think he ate like 4 or 5 of them before we stopped. He was really liking them. So yes, it's so good to get back, and I've gotten so many well wishes, prayers, you know, and I know the Lord heard your prayers, and I appreciate it. I just, you know, you just lay in bed and think of all your blessings, and I have to, I told little Linda, I said, Linda, I have these thoughts come in my mind of what all I would like to be doing, and kind of get myself a little depressed because I can't do them, because I don't like laying around. I don't even like sitting around. I don't even sit. And she I told her, I said, I just have to say, Satan, get behind me. I can't dwell on this. I cannot think about what all I need to be doing, and everything is, and it's just kind of funny. I have to change my life, and that's just not the easiest thing in the world. But life does that. You just have to. I just have to. Except the fact that I got to slow down. And I've got to stick with this medicine. I would love nothing more than not to take this medicine, because I have never liked to take medicine. But I'm going to have to, so I'll get adjusted to it. And I will be going on my other page. You have to give me about an hour when I get through, about an hour and a half, and then I'll be on my other page. I had planned on getting on my other page yesterday, but I just wasn't able. So anyway, I got a lot of fruit I got to figure out what to do with. I'll tell you for sure, because I made that big fruit tray to take to church, and I've got a pineapple upside down. Let's see, what's it called? It's a pineapple, no, it's a hummingbird upside down pineapple poke cake. I made that yesterday, first one I ever made, and y'all all know me. Once I make something, I'm going to make some changes. So I'm going to make a few changes. It's good, but there's just something that I want to do a little bit different the next one I make, and I will be making it on video one day. That's one reason I wanted to bake it for the church, is to see kind of what it tastes like, and it has a good taste. There's just a few things I do a little bit different. So I'll be doing that one soon for y'all. And it's good to be back. Yes, it is. Linda, I appreciate her so much. Keeping things going and keeping y'all updated on me and everything. I appreciate that so much. She's always tried to help me and keep up with me. And I forgot, what day was it? It was one day, it was the day I went to the doctor. It was Friday. I felt pretty good that day. I hadn't taken that new medicine. My blood pressure was extremely high, but that's the way I have lived my life, with really high blood pressure. So it was kind of, it was kind of normal for me, but that's what the doctor said. My brain, I got to train my brain that that's not normal. But anyway, that day, Carolyn, you said you had 7 stents. Oh, Lord bless you. Goodness. Anyway, I felt good that day, and on the way home, and so Linda expected me to go home when I got out of the doctor's office. Little Linda took off from work and went with me so that she could, to make sure she understood what I was supposed to do. And, but I didn't. I went to Dillard's, and I went to Walmart. I was gone a long time. I was slow, but she called me like 2 or 3 times wanting to know how I was feeling. And was I on my way home, and she was afraid I was going to get sick and not be able to drive. Well, I took my time, but I will tell you, I did cut my shopping short, because I did get tired, and I did come home and have to go to bed. So anyway, my family is very supportive, calls, checking on me and everything, and I have the best family in the world, I think. I'm sure y'all feel the same way about yours. But it's going to be good to get back with Linda, cooking with her, because that's what I was, you think of lots and lots of things when you're laying in the bed, and I was thinking, this was a whole reason that I wanted to, or part of the reason that I wanted to start these videos, so that I could visit with my sister. And I said, I just cannot stop doing that. I'm not going to stop doing that. And Linda said, can't do this, you can't do that. I said, Linda, I'm not going to stop living. I'm going to keep on doing what I'm going to do. I may have to do it a little different, but I'm not going to stop doing what I like to do. And I think I can do it without making myself sick. But it is so good it's good to hear from you too, Jamie. I'm just excited to get back. I do have to take it slow. I understand that. But anyway, I haven't even been on here, I don't think. I can't remember. Okay, talking about my grandkids, my little, y'all know I went up there, and whenever little Hunter was born, and Shelly, we had our baby shower. That trip didn't cause me to have this little incident. I don't think it caused it, but I have a tendency to think I can do more than what I can. So sometimes I do overdo it, but I'm learning. My body tells me now. Used to, blood pressure was just high. I just handled it. I just kept going. I mean, when I wouldn't even feel good, and I knew my blood pressure was up, but I wouldn't stop. But now, after the doctors talked and everything, I realize I've got to listen to my body. So, anyway, it was bacon. It was baking powders was the leveling of it. 1 tablespoon of baking powders, and Cheryl Martin, good to hear from you, and Kathy Mills. I see so many familiar comments and people. I feel like that I know you. And I was thinking this morning, it's the first time I've been on in a while, and I was just thinking, I wish I could just see all of y'all in person and just tell y'all how much y'all's comments have meant to me. I have read them. I tell you, I can't comment much on them. I try to just click like, and I don't know if this is part of my high blood pressure or what, but when I have thousands of comments, and I try to and I want to respond, okay? I want to say something back to you because I appreciate it so much, but it kind of gives me anxiety because I can't respond to you. So please don't think that I'm not reading your post and not concerned about or appreciated what y'all are saying to me, because I really do. I love all of y'all. Y'all have been so sweet to me. And anyway, Linda, she's on this, weight loss deal. She's doing it a healthy way. And I thought, well, I'll do that too. But I'm gonna have to get adjusted to this medicine before I can do it, because I have to eat before I take this medicine. They gave me, I don't know what they did in the hospital, but they did something to mess my stomach up. And and it was on an empty stomach because they didn't want me to eat before they had some tests run. But yet they brought me all my medicine, and I knew better. I shouldn't have took that medicine on an empty stomach, but I did it, and it kind of messed up my stomach. And whenever that happens, it takes weeks to get it back. So I have to be very careful what I eat. Now my buzzer just went off, so I'm going to check and see if they're ready. Probably done. My glasses fine. They're probably done, but I want them a little bit browner. So I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. I put the timer on 10 minutes, so you probably do want to cook them 12 minutes, because I want them a little bit browner than what they are. They probably are done, but I'm going to give it a few more minutes, and then I'll get them out. And I will put this butter mixture that I made when I first started. This has got garlic powder, salt, melted butter, and parsley. And I'm just going to brush the top of them whenever I get them out. I'm going to get them. Put them right here and put that on top. So I hope that y'all have a great day. I have a little project that I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to go through my pantry and share it with somebody. I have a couple of people in mind. I'm going to share some of it because I'm not going to be cooking as much for my home life, and there's no point in me having as much stuff in my pantry as what I have when I'm not going to be cooking it. So, or using it for a while. So I'm going to share it. So that's what my plans are for this afternoon. But I will tell you, if I get in there and I start stooping and bending and doing things, if I get where I don't feel like it, I'm going to try to listen to my body and lay down. That's the biggest thing, hurdle that I've got to get across, is just not stop. See, I have never in my life stopped. When I was raising my kids, I would be doing something all day long. I never seen it stop in place. Here's the biscuits. And now I'm gonna put this, can y'all see it? Maybe if I turn around this way, that piece, well, I guess both sides of the paper. Yeah, ouch, that's hot. I thought I could touch that paper and not burn, but I didn't. Okay, I'm just going to put this butter on top of it with the parsley, fresh parsley. Well, no, this is dried parsley. Probably fresh would have, might have tasted better, but since I've been sick, my trips to the store have been very limited. I haven't gotten out as much, so I'm just trying to teach myself to use what I've got and not go and make a trip into town. So I got a little bit more dough that I'm gonna put in the oven. So we've got the butter left for it. There we are. I'm not sure if these are stuck, but no, they're not stuck. I don't even need a spatula. I'm gonna put that on a plate. That butter. And that's another thing I'm on that my little Linda has told me that I'm going to have to start eating healthier. So that means I've got to cook a little healthier. So I am going to do that. Here they are. I'm going to put these over here on the stove, and I will do another pan of them. But I'm going to eat a bite of this biscuit. See, I like the bottom of them's crunchy. That's the reason I left that in there a little bit longer. I like a crunchy biscuit. Thank you, Jesus. Very good. Cheesy biscuit. That's good. Very good. I'll be eating one here in a few minutes. I mean, the whole thing. I won't eat it all. Our birthday drawing for the apron will be tomorrow. We'll do it while we're with my sister's house. So, your birthday for April. Don't text your birthday for May yet. You do that at the end of the month. But the April birthday, we'll be giving away an apron tomorrow for that. And I hope that y'all have a very good day. I did this short video so that I could get in here, get on, and not be standing so long. Although it doesn't bother me to stand. Normally it don't. Sometimes lately it does. So I'm not going to keep y'all any longer. I hope that y'all try these biscuits if you like cheddar biscuits. And if you don't like the parsley on it, leave it out. But they are very good. They're very good. They're full of cheese. That 2 cups of cheese, that's the same amount of cheese as flour. So you got a lot of cheese in there. It's very good. Thank y'all so much for taking your time to watch our video this morning. And thank you for your prayers. And have a blessed day. And don't forget to count your blessings. You never know. You never know when you're going to wake up with something wrong with you or something that unexpected happened in your family. So just count your blessings every day. And I've heard people say, if you wake up in the mornings, you got something to be thankful for. And that's the way I feel. And that's what I say every morning. Before I ever hit the floor, I thank the Lord for another day. So y'all don't forget to do that. And Linda and I will be at her house tomorrow, Lord willing. And we'll be, I'm sure she's got something delicious in her menu, and she always does. She makes such good dishes. Love y'all, and I will see y'all tomorrow at her house. I'll see you on the other page in about an hour and a half. Bye-bye.